Back now on Triad Today, we welcome back to the program our good friend Kevin Baker. He's, of course, Executive Director of Piedmont Triad International Airport. Good to see you again, sir.
Morning, Jim.
Let's talk about an excursion that took place not too long ago. I was reading in the news, you got a lot of news coverage about this, that you and a group of Triad area leaders took off and went on a trip to Wichita, Kansas. Why Wichita? What was that all about?
Well, so the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce set this up as one of their inner city visits that they do every year, but had a whole Triad contingent that went along. And why Wichita? Because it has been the home to a number of aircraft manufacturers over the last 100 years. I mean, when you think of names like Cessna and Beech, that's
where they headquartered.
Yes.
Wow.
Learjet, so all of these companies have a deep history there, and because of that, you've got a community that for 100 years literally has been in the aviation, the aerospace manufacturing world. And it's very mature, and it's very much established in terms of having the pipeline of employees to work at those businesses, training programs, et cetera. And so we went to see, they learn from their experience. Sort
of a fact-finding thing then.
Yes.
What were some of the key takeaways when I know you can't speak for everybody in your group, but especially from your standpoint, airport management, what were your takeaways from the Wichita trip?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the biggest thing is, number one, we're next. We're going to do this next. It's our turn. But also, there's a group out there called NIAR, which is National Institute for Aeronautical Research, and that was set up really around these by and for these aerospace companies. And what's very interesting about it is that it combines, community colleges, but also with 4-year programs, et cetera. And that one of the person who leads it said that they see the entire city as their campus. I thought that's very interesting because they don't feel like everybody has to be on the same campus.
Right.
But you have multiple facilities that are spread throughout the city. And in our case, I think that we can emulate that here. Already have it in place. You just need to connect it throughout the whole Triad.
Right. Now, not taking anything away from Wichita and their great success in the aerospace industry, but if a group came here to Greensboro sort of to study the same thing and study what Kevin Baker's doing, study what PTI is doing in the community, what would they learn? What could they accomplish from learning from you guys here?
Well, I mean, I think, with the airport, it's just that we kind of set our minds to doing something a little bit different than most airports would do. We had a mission that said we're going to go out there and attract this aerospace industry and bring them here. And in order to do that, you've got to have kind of a certain set of plans in place and assets in place, really. And so, we were very deliberate, I guess. And that's probably the main thing that people would learn.
And really working together. I mean, we've talked about this so many times on the show, how, it takes a team to really put these things together.
Yes.
With land use and everything else. Look, speaking of aerospace, before we lose time here, JetZero, we've talked about before. We've had some of the guests on the show. But I guess a couple of weeks ago or so, they had a big event. What was going on with that?
Yeah, so they had the groundbreaking for the beginning of getting their site started, and that work's getting going right now. And it's going to be exciting here over the next few years to see that coming out of the ground.
Well, let's remind people there are a lot of things going on with Boom and everything else, but just focus on JetZero for just a few seconds. Remind people what that's going to mean to the economy.
Yeah, so right now you have 2 large manufacturers of airplanes in the world, Airbus and Boeing. This company aims to be the third, and they aim to be the third with a completely new product that doesn't look like the traditional airplane. It's a blended wing body. You think about a B-2 bomber and a Airbus 321 sort of mated together. That's what this airplane looks like, and it could be the airplane of the future, just a complete transition from the way we're used to flying into something completely new, and that means that they could have success beyond what we could imagine.
Wow. Up on screen, flyfrompti.com is the general website where you can learn about everything from schedules to all sorts of things going on at the airport. Flyfrompti.com. Kevin Baker, thanks for doing all you're doing for the community and stopping by to talk with us.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, young man. We'll be right back.